have to lose in the game of life. Because to the gods, they are indifferent to your pain and your suffering. They don't care if you hit the lotto or if you get hit by a bus. As long as you pursue the path of righteousness, then they will move obstacles out of your way. But if you don't, they don't care. They are indifferent. The gods don't judge right or wrong. It's your life and you get to choose it. That's why they call it a free will universe. Now, the Pied Piper come, take all the rats out of town, expose all the underbelly. But the people don't want to pay for the services of the piper. Somebody got to pay the fucking piper. When you don't pay the piper take the kids. And what the fuck do that mean? Pied Piper story. You see, when you have somebody that you call in to get rid of the dirt, and then when they come in, find a way to get rid of the dirt, you don't want to do your part. You don't want to pay up. You don't want to put in your work. So you find every excuse to rebel and reject the information that you know is all wise, right, and exact. Specific tools that you can use for your own gain and not the gain of the person giving it to you. The things that you come in by the cloak of darkness as if you're the only one who know, and you steal those little tidbits that you can use for your advancement and regurgitate them like you deep. You are a puppet. You ego woke. You're not woke. The game is life. It's a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimensional chessboard called life. And we go through life in these physical suits. Well, it's easy now to explain it with the technology that we have because now it makes sense. If 200 years ago somebody would have came to you and told you about a fucking android, you would have laughed their ass out of town if you didn't hang them and call them a heresy and being a witch. But now, when people talk about an android, you know exactly what they're talking about. You understand the term, what it means, and you've got a frame of reference for it. You've seen an android or a picture of an android or a person pretending to be an android. Because if you don't have a frame of reference, it cannot exist in your reality. The only frame of reference you've been allowed to see is misery. And you know they say misery loves company. So we pull each other into this misery trap, and somebody has to have the resolve and the fortitude to do the work to get us out of the misery trap. In other words, in the game of life, the game is becoming foul. There are people that are cheating, bending the rules and concealing the rules from the other players in the game of life. Religious leaders, political leaders, social leaders, they are misleaders. What do you mean a misleader? They misleading you. They leading you away from Mrs., the great mother, the queen of heaven and earth. So they threw between you something called an L. Because you know an L is a loss. Right? So they misleading you. They eaters. Pay attention. They cannibals. That's why they had to put the L in the middle so you couldn't see them eat your babies. They had to keep you in a state of loss. They misleaders. Leading you away from mother with the cane in the middle in order to eat your babies. They just told you what they was doing when I told you they was misleaders. But we continuously repeat the same ignorance and expect the different results. Now, somebody once told me to do that. That's considered an insanity. An insanity defense in court challenges something that they call the mens rea, the level of competence to grasp your own behavior to determine if you can tell the difference between right and wrong. They never test you to determine if you can tell the difference between true and false. If you can't tell the difference between true and false, there's no possible way on earth you will understand the difference between right and wrong. Because what you think is true is actually false, and what you think is right could be wrong. And what you think is wrong could be right. Broken mirrors confuse the mind, so they give us these mirror effects. The mirror effects is designed to give you a wrong impression, like stage left, stage right, on the conscious mind to confuse you. So before I go any further, I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to see who's watching. I got 22 eyes on me, 12 in the background overseeing the signs of the zodiac. 5 sisters watch. Oh, 4 sisters and the brother. 5 sisters watching, overseeing. Okay, I see y'all. We got it. So I'm going to go through here. Now, people like to call me crazy because they don't understand what I'm talking about. That doesn't render me insane, out of touch with reality, or unable to determine what I'm dealing with. The thing that makes them say I'm crazy is their inability to grasp the magnitude of the consequence of me being right. If I am right and all these motherfucking misleaders is wrong, they can't accept that. Because they can't accept that their own judgment was compromised to the degree that somebody could mislead them and deceive them into putting them into positions adverse to their own livelihood, life, and their pursuit of happiness on earth. And so when I come along, I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy here. I'm not happy here has nothing to do with me individually per se. I can pursue my own happiness in my own way. But I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's watcher. I am my elderly parents' caretaker. I am my children's guide. Therefore, by the responsibility of a man, because my father said, and I believe him, I agree. If a man sees something wrong, he don't sit and wait for somebody else to come along and fix it. He fix what he sees wrong. Now, people get shook when I mention their name, so I won't mention no names. But I went to a meeting at my UAW local, and I heard somebody speak the truth amidst a fucking trembling ass voice. The truth. A mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, standing up there while all these men look at her like she's wrong or alien or foreign, but she right. So, the people don't understand what they face with and what they up against. I understand the problem because my entire life has been dedicated to being my brother's keeper, my sister's watcher, my elderly parents' caretaker, my children's guide. Part of being a man, part of being a gorilla in the gorilla clan as my totem is to protect the fucking family. Well, It becomes difficult to protect the family when the family see the baddest motherfucker that can guard them, and they fear him too, when all he have is love for the family. The family can't fear they last resort, they final fucking solution. The motherfucker that don't nobody like to talk about till the bullshit go down. And then that's the motherfucker that you call. But you make sure you right. Because if you wrong when the drama over, you're going to have to answer to the same motherfucker you called. And this is why everybody fear me. They fear that they didn't do their work right. They fear that they didn't perform their life function according to how they said they was going to do it. They fear. Because if I balance me and they are imbalanced, they cannot come in my presence without feeling the force and power of one who is balanced. So they're going to have to do something. They can't stay in the presence unless they do either of two things. Admit it or escape it. Because you can't defeat it. The plan is in play. All parties are converging for the redemption of the entire Earth family of workers. 80% of people is the working class on this planet, if not more. So, everybody has to work. So if everybody got to work, everybody that works should be compensated fairly. If I'm going to balance me, I'm not going to let these people cheat my brothers and sisters. So, I put a plan in play. When I heard that lady voice shaking like that and I didn't see nobody come up with a plan, I asked, clear as fucking day, I asked, do any of you motherfuckers got a recovery plan for the worker? They look like deer captured in the headlights. Hotline, deer. Capricorn, Mary Bear, the gift giver. So look at that. 23, 5, flip the P. G. 10, alpha to the omega. Bring it to light. Let it all be known. The portal is open, people. The portal that the women need to line up to, the great yoni of creation, is wide the fuck open. If the women was to start intonating the A-tone from years of men saying it backwards as the tone, it'll flip the grid back and bring harmony back to earth. Y'all will have never experienced nothing that feels this way. If I didn't know it to be the facts, I wouldn't tell it to you. Everything I'm telling you, I can verify. I got my receipts. I've been tested by masters in all fields of knowledge and confirmed I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born and the baddest motherfucker they ever seen. I had to present my case before barristers to examine the way that I describe legal matters in order to determine if I'm competent enough to negotiate the contract from a legal perspective. Very competent. Johnny Cochran in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? See, the ancestral forces don't leave. They build on top of one another like bricks on a pyramid until they get to one that gets to the top. That's me, the all-seeing eye. The stone to build the rejected, flip to the top to become the chief cornerstone. The triangle, the boy born off the motherland, flip by the old Tubal-Cain off the fatherland to the left. but he bounced back to the right, to the motherline, because he bumped straight. He was able to take the best of his mother and the best of his father and use them both to navigate the road of life. Siddhartha Mustaqim, straight and narrow way. It's easier for an elephant to go through an eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven. Because the ego is predisposed with the ways of the world, but the spirit of the righteous is predisposed with the path to heaven. For those who think that I'm giving them rules, you are sadly misunderstanding what you're hearing. I'm giving you the method, the secrets. You can use them correctly or they'll blow up in your face. Why would you point the gun at you and pull the trigger when you're shooting at the burglar? Shouldn't you point it at the burglar? Wouldn't that make sense? So to tell you the proper direction to point the gun in order to shoot the burglar, why would you be angry with me and consistently and insistently want to point the gun at yourself? Because he got you looking in the mirror. So you think I give you rules. I don't give you rules. I give you tools. Because rules is chains. I give you keys to break them. But you want to resist. Put up a fight against the very thing that can liberate you from the ignorance of the self. It's the oppression of the ego, the artificial soul, keeping you tied to this three-dimensional fixed position reality so you can't find out what eternal life is all about. You stuck on death as a fear mechanism to make you scared to live life. You so worried about dying you can't fucking live. That's not normal. That's not human. So, some of us got together to try to figure out what the hell was going on. Finally, we get to this brother they call Absalom Jones. Now, Absalom Jones was an apprentice, and he knew he wasn't going to take the fall. If he focused and paid attention, he'd be raised like Prince Hall. Master and masters, they come together. Two brothers in the lodge, the compass in the square. We need a G in the middle in order to complete the geometry here. Because we got to build this pyramid from the bottom to the top. And I'd be goddamn shame if I let these motherfuckers stop. I done got all the keys, opened all the gates. The portal is open. And I'm just showing you the way. Now you can listen if you want to, or you can continuously rebel. Because the only thing I'm trying to free you from is the ignorance in yourself. So you can continue to turn a blind eye and act like I don't speak. But I guarantee if you check it out, you'll find the facts in every fucking thing I speak. Scroll my page, check the facts. Everything I see, everything I say, I got receipts for that. So motherfucker can tell you what they want. I can provide the reference. You can put me in the front of your sheikh, your imam, your ministers, and your reverends. They gonna all bow down and tell you that I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm Baphomet in this bitch. I'm balanced, both body, soul, and mind. On 3 different planes of existence, they called me the 7. If you don't believe me, you can ask Rakim. Because just when they thought I was dead, they found that I was the one born. 3 7s in the head. 3-dimensional mastery. Quicker than a motherfucker. Because as soon as I get these keys, I'm going to release my brothers. I got them. I done it. I've been flipping masters all day. Recovering and redeeming righteous all day. That's what I've been doing. Giving out the orders. Finding the pathways. Trying to make sure that the path I laid in the past is the path that I'm walking in the present. In order that I take us to a righteous future. My mama said that all this stuff is about us coming together as one happy human family. I agree. Because the enemy used divide and conquer to separate us and turn us against each other. Well, how do you control the planet? You break them down into sections. And then you turn them against each other. The nations against the nations and the neighbors against the neighbors. Everywhere in between, you making them go crazy with this war shit. Send them to destroy their own fucking baby.